I've got everything laid out. I've got my Phillips screwdriver. I need a 1.5 millimeter Allen hex key, an X-Acto knife. I've put my connectors on my motor already. I have my speed control, 2 servos. They give you 2 props with the butterfly. You will not use these because we're using a different motor. Take the covers off. And all you have to do is get a little piece of tape up. Okay, we've got this is the motor, the stick for the motor mount. If you notice, it's not pushed in all the way in. There's a little spring in here. When your little package of goodies, you have a pin, and it's a carbon fiber pin, and the phone's ringing. Okay, if you look, all you have to do is pull this spring back, place your pin in the hole. This pin's already in there, and that actually makes it so that when you push back on the motor, you can see the motor will actually spring back and give you a little bit of resilience if you put it nose in. Okay, this is, I've got the servos mounted in here already. But what you want to do, if you notice on the very back side here, I took an X-Acto knife and I angled about a 45-degree angle of the plywood mount. All the holes are pre-drilled, ready to go in. These are SG50 servos, and because of the wires coming out of the one side, it's better if you cut that angle on there. And if you notice, this is the rear of the plane right here. This is the back. That's toward the front. So you want the servos mounted with the arms closer to the back of the plane, and that's how they look when they're mounted in. You want to snug these up, but not too tight. Okay, good. To get the motor properly mounted, you need to check and see where the front of the motor is going to be, and I've pre-checked this one. And we actually need to move our motor mount back about 3/16 to 1/4 of an inch. Cut it off with a cut-off tool. Right now we're placing the motor, and we're going to check to make sure everything's good, make sure your motor doesn't rub. We're going to put a screw in there, but what we want to do is check the placement of the cowl. So we're going to put the cowl on and make sure everything lines up nice. And there's some pre-drilled holes that you have to make sure you'll be able to put the screw in to hold the cowl on. You want a little bit of clearance, so you want to make sure the cowl doesn't rub your motor, and that should fit on there very nicely. You notice we've threaded the wires through one of the top holes, and we're going to put the speed controller behind that. You'll be able to take the top cover off and change the rotation of your motor if you need to. Getting a screw here, so we'll tighten that up, and you can put a little bit of CA around that if you want. Make sure the motor isn't rubbing anywhere, it turns freely. And also tighten the set screws up on your motor mount. So make sure all your set screws are in there and you tighten them up all the way around. There's actually 3. And that is a 1.5 millimeter hex key. I will mount my receiver just behind the servos where the little strap is. I did remove the strap from the front part of the plane because I really don't need that, and the battery will actually go through the slot that's in the very front of the plane, and we'll show you that a little bit later. Now we're going to mount the tail feathers. There's 2 slots, and what you want to do is just slide the rudder tabs into the elevator slots, and then this will actually mount on the back of the plane, and you want to put the front end first, and it fits in there very nicely. Then on the side of the body, you'll see 2 spots where the screws go through, and then a nut on the opposite side of the fuselage. For the screws, I don't know how well you can see this, but I'll try to give you a little bit of a shot here. Where the holes are for the screws, you want to actually open the hole up break through the covering with your X-Acto knife and make sure there's a hole there. Do that on both sides of the fuselage so that when you push the screw through it, it will not push the material away from the fuselage. Alright, we've got our screws through there and the nuts sticking out. You want to put a little drop of CA on the other side of the screw so your nut doesn't loosen up at any point. Make sure it goes down against the nut. That should be plenty to hold that together. Next, what we want to do is mount our elevator and rudder control horns. We've got a push rod on either side, so we want to mount our control horns for the rudder and the elevator on opposite sides. This one seems to line up really nice with our rudder, so we want to take our X-Acto knife and we want to cut a little square out around the screw hole. We're going to drill a 16th hole in the middle hole on the control horn, and that's so that our push rods fit in there really nice. The battery is going to go underneath. There's a little trap door here that comes off, and you stick your fingers in the two little holes and pop the magnet loose. The battery goes up inside of here, fits all the way up against the rod. I have to change my connector yet, but that should be easy to do. And the battery will slide right up in there. All your wires will get stuffed up in with it connected, and that also disables your model. Then the trap door goes right back on. It'll hold everything in there. The next thing we're going to do is put the clear covers on. This will fit right over the front. Put the one on over the rear part of the fuselage. Helps if I put it on there the right way. Okay. And also our cowl. And remember, we don't want the motor to rub. Get that on. So I'll get those on and then I'll show you how to put the wing on next. Go. Okay, we've got all the clear covers mounted. And now we're going to put the prop saver on there. And that will pretty much finish up our assembly of the fuselage. Notice this is a direct drive prop, and it fits very nicely over the prop saver they give you. So you want to put the prop saver on, and you want to take your Allen keys and tighten that up. Okay, there we go. Take your Allen keys and tighten that up. Don't forget to tighten that up. Now we're going to put the wing on. Now the wing has a rod in here that you slide in the hole in the back. We're going to put the wing on. We have two screws that will screw into the back part of the wing. They should have come already there. So unscrew those. Got our wing put together with the carbon fiber in between. Place the two pins in the holes on the front of the wing opening. And take your screws and you should be able to line them up over the holes. Start them in by hand. Make sure they both line up good. They've started, screw them in, just snug them up. No need to over tighten these. The pins will hold most of the force. All the screws do is hold the back edge of the wing down. And just really lightly make sure the wing is seated. And that's it. And got those in there. And what do you say we go fly?